Okay, so we are back with Staying in My Lane podcast. I have Cara, who hasn't been on for since like what, like May, June?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but we've both been busy. So, start with what's been new in your life.
Well, not really since I talked to you, but I don't think we talked about this. I got a new position at my job, so
Yay.
that's exciting. Really, that's kind of all that's new in my life. We don't do a whole lot. We just hang out, and you have new stuff happening in your life, though.
I mean, twins are on the way. Something we just talked about that I never thought would happen.
Right.
Never expected I would have 5 children. That's a lot of children. Um, but that's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine and dandy. Um, I grew up as an only child, so for me it's a little weird. I don't know how to deal with the sibling conflict stuff. That's something I'm learning.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about that till you just said that. I bet that's probably a
Yeah,
little weird to navigate since you've never actually,
it's
dealt with it.
very weird. So like you have a brother. So like
Yes.
you're used to like the brother like picking on the sister type of thing.
Yeah.
I am having to really navigate the sibling dynamics because, yeah, again, like I didn't have that.
Yeah. Do they get along for the most part?
Yeah, and like there's things that, like, my, like one of the kids will say something and then like the other one will snap back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of panic a little bit because, again, like I. I played with my invisible friends like in my closet. Like I didn't have anybody like picking on me or whatever. And
They didn't
so
talk back to you, did they?
yeah, exactly. And so it's taking me a little bit to kind of like, okay, this is just normal sibling squabble. Like it's just them picking on each other or giving them like a little bit of like sass back and forth. It's not
Mhm.
the end of the world. Um, so it's taking me a little bit because I feel like so we hung out a lot when we were younger.
Yeah.
I feel like I always had friends over at my parents' house, like when I was a kid, obviously, like living at my parents' house. And so I always pictured that would be how it is having siblings, but I think that's very different from what I actually thought.
Oh, absolutely.
Like reality versus like how you think things are.
Yes. Yeah. So I really, you know, my kid is an only child, but now I have stepchildren. And so for the first few years, that was pretty hard for me to navigate, really.
Yeah. Tell
But
me about that.
honestly,
I want to hear about it.
well, so they actually, my situation is a little bit extra because they were all only children at their other houses. Like at their
Oh,
mother's houses, they were all only children when I first met them.
okay. So was that like a kind of like a power dynamic between all three?
I think it was, honestly, and I think so. Or do girls fight the most? Go figure. But
Yeah, yeah. Girls
I,
fight more, I feel like, than boys do.
it's so ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think not a lot, but I think some of it stemmed from his daughter. And I don't want to say jealous, but like being envious that Jocelyn gets to be around her dad all the time.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But really, now they're used to each other, but honestly, I would say just unless they're really hurting each other or saying like really off key rude things, just let them be. They'll figure it out.
I'm learning that.
I,
Even with my two girls, I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is. Just let them kind of figure it out.
right. Sometimes my girls get a little nasty to each other, and I'm like, all right, we're done. Like, you're
Yeah.
either going to go in the other room or you're just not going to speak to each other because we're not going to be blatantly rude and bully people.
I'm very much like separate, like stay away from each other.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I say, if you can't speak nice to each other, don't even speak to each other.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Pretty sure just have a sign in my house by this point that says that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We talked a little bit about like so the past couple episodes that we did together, we talked about kind of our traumas, what we went through. But like looking back, trying to think of like a positive note, what do you feel like the good parts of our like childhood into like our teenage years were? Like either like together, like as like growing up together and then like kind of like things that we did, like we kind of went off and did our own thing. I know we briefly talked about losing a friend. Um
Yeah.
that I feel like even now, like thinking about that, like that really, I guess, affected me as an adult and how I deal with loss and grief. Like I never really put two and two together because I feel like we went through a lot of loss when we were younger,
Yeah.
but I just never really thought about or realized how much it affected me until like literally like this year.
Right. I mean, definitely, I feel like I don't want to say I'm desensitized to grief because obviously I'm not. Like, but I think losing somebody so close to you so young like we did, it puts grief into perspective, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it made me more able to deal with it as an adult.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I definitely disassociate and desensitize myself to like the trauma I've been through. But as far as like grief, like I hold on to those good times that we had and I kind
Yeah.
of cherish it more. Which may be hard to believe because I can be a complete bitch, but but to the people that are like are close to me in my life. But um I'm realizing now that those are a lot of trauma responses and I'm trying really hard to like work through navigating that.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I kind of thought we could talk about. Is like, it is so easy to not only be consumed by like your trauma responses because you can't help them,
Right.
but I don't you can be mindful of them and realize that that's what's happening and try to, move away from that or, pivot and or even just try to explain to the person why that was your response. Maybe not
That's,
in the moment,
yeah,
but be responsible for your actions. Not you specifically or me specifically, but in general.
in general, yeah.
You can go back and be responsible for your actions. It doesn't necessarily, I have learned, like, it doesn't necessarily make whatever effect you had on the other person go away or make them feel a different way about how you reacted,
But it may give them
but
an
you can at least,
understanding,
right, and at
maybe.
least take your responsibility of, hey, you know, what happened to me in my past is not your fault, but this is why I responded this way.
Right. I to be really honest, like for me, I like today, like I lashed out at like the people that am close to and kind of like sabotaged my day. And I don't try to do that, but like I notice when I'm trying to work through like a really big trauma response trigger trauma that I've been through and my body and my mind are not really ready to like go there yet. But so like I feel like I subconsciously like will sabotage the good things in my life, the good parts of my life because I'm mad at myself for some reason for being where I'm at because of
Yes.
like you know what I mean like mental space, like trauma. I'm mad
Yeah.
at the fact I have trauma. I'm pissed off at it actually if we want to
Yeah.
be honest. But have you ever had somebody react by not respecting your boundaries? And like what does that look like for you versus like somebody truly being like, okay, like I see you, I hear you, I want to understand.
I really feel like I have had people that, whether they just don't understand or they don't care to understand,
Hmm.
and I feel like at this point in my life, as much as I can, I just don't deal with those people. Like
Right.
if you're not going to respect me enough to even try to know why I do the things I do, then there's no reason for me to be around you because we're never going to come to an understanding.
Yeah.
And I'm just at the point in my life that I don't need to be around people bad enough to be around people who are going to affect my mental health in that way.
Yeah. Or drain your energy, especially
Yeah,
like I notice the more things that I've been through in my life and the older I get, anything that drains my energy or disturbs my peace, I just automatically kind of just like push it away.
absolutely. And
And
I guess you can see that as us being bitches or whatever or antisocial, but like at the
right.
end of the day, I don't have a need to be social with people who aren't bringing positivity to my life.
Absolutely. Well, and I've talked to my husband recently about like getting rid of those friendships that are like surface level or like have nothing to contribute or benefit positively to my life. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously there I don't have to talk to friends every day. I don't talk to you for example. Like we talk when we talk. We're
Yeah.
busy. We know that. We have an understanding. But people who are like always taking things personal or why didn't you reach out to me or whatever, like those
Yes.
kind of friendships or those surface level friendships where it's like, hey, how are you? I'm good. What's the weather? It's cloudy. Like those are not meaningful to me.
No. Right. Like I this is my personal opinion, but I don't really have something to talk to somebody every single day about.
Same. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. My
You know,
life is not that exciting.
yeah, and like the how are you? Well, I'm pretty much the same as I was yesterday. Like it's a Tuesday. I'm fine.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. And I think there's only so many, like, for me, there's only so much I can talk about with like things I've been through or how I'm feeling or how I'm navigating things or whatever. Like, I can't talk about that like constantly. And
Right, and
so
I don't want
you
to.
don't want to. Yeah. And so it's kind of like one of those things. It's like the older you get, the more you realize like the smaller your table is, the tighter that circle is, the happier you're going to be. And especially, I don't know what you've listened to for like got the episodes I have on like gossip and friendships and stuff, but like, man, people are just brutal.
Well, right, and along those lines, I feel like now, and I don't know if this has anything to do with my trauma or just like you said, getting older and
Hmm.
growing up, but I always question the motive behind people's friendships. Like those random friendships where you met somebody a year or two ago, they
Yeah.
never bothered to reach out or anything, and then all of a sudden they're reaching out and wanting a whole bunch of information.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm just
Like, why?
and right.
Hmm.
And some of them maybe could just genuinely be like, "Hey, maybe we should be friends." But no. Like why? Why didn't you want to be my friend 2 years ago? Why didn't
Right, right. Or when I message you, why did you not respond? And then all of a sudden now
Right.
you're asking me how my marriage is or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, and it's always like very specific invasive questions.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I notice that more. Like, people will, or people that, and I'm not saying like this is like specifically like has happened to me, but like I talked to somebody the other day about it. Like, I think she said that she had a friend who like deleted her off Facebook like 4 years ago. They haven't spoken at all. And then the second that she sees her at like the store, I think it was like a store, grocery store, or whatever. She's like, "Oh my God, hi!" Like ran up and just like, why are we pretending?
Right.
Like, I don't feel like we grew
Yes.
up in like a school that did that.
No.
And that's what I struggle with, like being where I'm at now, is like everything feels very fake and very forced. And so for me, like I'm sorry, I can't force a smile when I don't like somebody. I can't force an
Right.
interaction. And so I don't know, it just feels like the drama and like the mean girl energy is more active and present in our 30s than it ever was when we were younger.
Yes. I talk to Josh's daughter about this all the time, and I tell her, like, you don't have to be friends with anybody you don't want to be friends with.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be fake and pretend you don't like them.
Is there a lot
The
of
only thing,
drama with her age, by the way?
and not really, honestly, like, I can say there's not a whole lot of drama. I mean, she'll come home every once in a while and be like, oh, this girl was being mean to me, or this girl's always mean to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, just don't be around her.
Right. Yeah.
But, like, the only thing I tell her is you don't blatantly be mean to somebody just because you don't feel like you want to be around them. Like, just don't be around them.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you don't have to fake being nice to them. You don't have to hang out with them and pretend you like them. Just don't be around them and don't be blatantly rude to them.
Do you feel like we're kind of forcing kids to grow up faster or like understand things more than what they should have to like at this age, or like because they're seeing us kind of act, not us like specifically, but like our age group, like our us as moms, as like the millennials, like we're being mean girls. So then they turn around and they think like, oh, well, like that's how my mom acts, or that's how my sister or my friend acts, or whoever it is. And I feel like we're just kind of setting them up for like, either there's the ones that like us, like we're trying to correct them and like lead them down the right path, or there's like the moms that just don't care.
I really feel like as a parent, I'm not only parenting my child, but trying to reverse people who aren't parenting their children.
Yeah, I think they call it like backwards parenting, or like, is it
Yeah.
reverse parenting? It might be reverse parenting. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I agree with that. There actually just read an article on that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I mean, my daughter is 10. I let her do 10-year-old appropriate things.
Hmm.
Well, when her classmates are doing 14-year-old appropriate things,
Yeah.
then I look like the mean, strict, bad parent, when in reality, I'm not. I'm just trying to protect my kid to be a kid as long as she can.
I don't let my kids have phones, and I'm really strict with all of like, there's no social media, there's no sleepovers, obviously. Like I'm just like the mom that like no, I can't risk that because I know what evil is in the world. Again,
Right.
trauma. um, but kids are being exposed to a lot of things that they should not be exposed
Yes.
to.
My daughter does have a phone, but I check it every single night.
Yeah, yeah.
Every night. She knows when I get home from work, she's handing me her phone.
Well, that's different than like the moms that are just like, here you go, here's access to everything. Be careful.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I I mean, the cliche saying, but it's definitely a different time, even than when we grew up.
It is cliche, but like it's so true. What we grew up in is completely different than what our kids are growing up in. Like we can't
Yeah.
let them go TPing and you just expect them to like probably not get arrested. We can't just let them go out and stay out like past dark and let them run around and play ding dong ditch, because they're probably gonna get like turned in or shot or something. I mean, like
Right.
it's just a
Yeah.
whole
And
different
even
world.
like, yeah. And I mean, I remember running around town with my friends all day long, and my parents not really knowing where I was, just who I was with.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And I would never let my kids
No.
just run around town.
I don't even let the kids like go down the street without like letting me know where they're going. Like I spent,
Right.
I mean, I think what, like well, yeah, we partied in cornfields. We went to barn parties. We were out until 5, 6 in the morning. I mean, my parents didn't know where I was. Like,
Right.
I remember partying like in Shemmack Forest, and like I was so drunk and I was like 15 years old. Like
Yeah.
what, like now looking at it as like a mom myself, I'm like, "Oh my God, like what would have happened if I got lost or like attacked by like a cougar or a bobcat or a mountain lion, or like what happens if someone got hurt and got in an accident? Like nobody would know where I was."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You think about all that stuff now, you're like, man, that was really stupid. Like
yeah.
you said, if I would have gotten in an accident or something, nobody would have had any idea where to start looking for me because nobody knew where I was.
Well, and I always took like the back roads. So like those roads, like are very empty. Like drinking, like I just, oh,
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm just drinking and like living my best life with my windows down and like the sunroof open, and it's like, you know, the middle of summer with my music up. I wasn't looking at what I was doing. I mean,
Right.
I was just, and then when I got into college, I think we can go down that road. I mean, I hung out with really bad people.
Yeah.
Um, I think we can probably like not have those conversations on this podcast, but
Yeah, probably not.
no. But I remember like being at like the hotel in Berlin, and like looking back, like if our daughters were around guys like that, I would have
Oh
a
my
heart
gosh.
attack.
Yeah, no.
And then my house got broken into, and
Yeah. I,
yeah.
I would be that crazy mom that like drags my kid out of somewhere. I'm not even gonna lie
Yeah.
about it.
No, I would too. Yeah, no, there's no way. Just like thinking about some of the guys that we would hang out with, like we're
Gosh.
lucky we didn't get like kidnapped or like die.
Yes.
Um, that scares me. Like, even like how many times I've like escaped death, I'm like, I wonder, like, this time, I'm like, specific times, like, would I have lived, you know?
Yeah,
And it's kind of scary to think about.
it absolutely is. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And like it's weird to think about the fact that our kids could possibly go through that.
that makes me very emotional to think about that
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, but we didn't have a care in the world because we thought we were invincible. And
Yeah.
I think that's being a kid, but like today's world is just so different.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it is definitely. I mean, and I don't exactly know why, really. I mean, yeah, technology and whatnot, but I don't know. I just feel like there are
I
a
don't
lot
know.
crazier people in the world now than, and maybe there's not. It's just because of social media we know about them, but
I mean, yeah, that could be true too. Like, I think about, like, what was a time, I guess, like, thinking about, like, from our high school years or college years, like, what was a time where, like, and you don't have to be specific with, like, details, but, like, a time where you were like, oh, like, looking back now, you're like, oh my God, like, that could have ended really badly.
oh my gosh. So this actually was another hotel situation.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know, probably like 18 or so, and went and met up with this 40-something-year-old guy at a random hotel. Nobody knew where I was. Nobody, literally nobody knew where I was.
Oh my God, Cara.
Yeah. I'm like, what? I look back and I'm like, that was literally the stupidest thing that you have ever done.
Oh my God,
Like,
that's
you could
terrifying.
actually have disappeared and nobody would have known because nobody even knew where you were.
Like
Not
one
one
of those
single person.
missing girls, like, yeah, the
Yeah,
Dateline.
right. And I've done my fair share of like online dating and
Yeah,
whatnot, but generally at least one person knew where I was supposed to be and like
that's
all the details of who I was supposed to be with.
that's terrifying. So, holy
Right?
crap. I
When I
never
think
did
about it now,
that.
I'm terrified for my 18-year-old self.
Yeah. I mean, that's yeah, that's pretty bad. Was this like in our hometown area?
Not in our hometown, but
Like a little bit of ways. I know what you're talking about.
yes.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
it
kind of,
wasn't one of the like upscale nice ones either, let me tell you.
oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can only imagine. That's
right?
terrifying. I don't like that.
Yes. I don't like it either. But at the time, I was like, oh, it's fine. Nothing's going to happen.
I mean, I ran around with guys who at the time were, bringing drugs in my car and I just was like, it's fine. Like, wouldn't I have got, I like, now I'm like, oh my God, I would have gotten in trouble. But like,
Right.
I just, or like the time that I think you were with me when we hung out with, and we were in a hotel room and it was very sketchy. And then this
Yes.
person just came home with us and like, then like a week later my house got broken into and I'm like, that's a coincidence. But
Yeah.
I mean, like these people were dangerous and it's just like your young mind doesn't process that
No.
and it's scary. I feel like that's why I'm an overprotective mom because I was an underprotected, not by my parents' fault because they didn't know what I was doing, but like I was an
Right.
underprotected daughter. So
Yeah.
I'm
This is
like,
exactly, and this might sound crazy. I want my child to succeed and go and spread her wings and be successful.
yeah,
But I will absolutely encourage her to stay at home for as long as possible, for as long as she wants to.
yeah, yeah. I mean, one of my kids is doing like online school and I'm honestly kind of happy because the things that I hear from like other moms or other parents or like the things that like the middle school kids are doing, I'm like, oh my God, like that was stuff we were like doing in high school.
Right.
I
And
just,
I
yeah.
honestly don't remember when we were in school, growing up, elementary, middle, high school.
Hmm.
I don't remember the like blatant in your face bullying being as bad as it is now.
No. My husband said he experienced bullying, and there was a girl I had on the podcast that talked about being bullied. And I'm like, were we just in an area that wasn't as
I'm,
prominent?
I mean, I guess so,
Maybe.
but like I live in an area now that's similar to where we grew up
Uh-huh.
as far as like demographics and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I am sure people talked about me behind my back. I'm sure I talked about people behind their back. But which isn't better than talking about them to
Right.
their
No, I get
face.
it. No, I get it. I
But
mean,
the amount of things that I have heard kids say to other children or have heard secondhand kids say to other children,
yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
where
where
are
did
your
you
parents?
get that? Yeah. Like, what are you watching?
Right.
That's insane. Like, the same thing here. Like, I live in a town now where there definitely is bullying and there's a lot of bullying problems. So, like, part of the reason that one of our kids, like, well, our kids don't go to the school district that we live in
Mm,
because of that.
yeah.
But, it's very, like 163, oh, sorry, the 160, 360, like reverse of like what we grew up in. It's
Yeah.
very much like the town up and over where we used to hang out at. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
I don't like it. And so I mean, and I'm not saying it's awful, but like it's just very divided and very like clicky to where we didn't grow up in that. Like I feel like our class was pretty great for the most part. Um
Yeah.
but it's just very different. It's a different world and you can't just go take shots and get drunk in a cornfield and have it be like just a fun thing anymore. Like that just doesn't exist.
No, which I feel sad for my kids for that.
They won't get the experience that we did. I mean, even like Sweet Corn Festival, Watermelon Festival, like the times that we, went out and like watched, like got up on the roof and like drank and watched the stars, like
Yeah.
without phones, without social media. I loved that time.
Right. Yeah, back when your phones could just call and text people.
Yeah, and you had to do like the little like 3, 4 letters on like the like hit it like 4 or 5 times just to get
Right.
the right like letter or number. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just it's a whole different world and it makes me kind of sad. And then like looking back on like we lost a lot of people younger and I'm just like I wonder like it just how that would be different if we hadn't have lost people. Like it's weird because obviously Katie um
Yeah.
and then Addie, she died younger. Well, not younger, but like, you know.
Well, I mean, younger
Well, we're
than.
yeah, we're younger than where we are now. And then obviously like the murder that took place, like there's just a lot that which I am trying to kind of figure out a way to talk about that eventually, maybe with a family member. But
Yeah.
that just really like, I feel like that changed our whole like age group of people. Like that we were like the schools
Right.
around us, like we were all super nice and like close. But yeah,
I
it's just
really feel like that event kind of changed a little bit my view of the world.
I feel like it took my innocence away. I'm
Yeah.
like, how can how can this happen in such a small area? How can this happen in like a family? How can this happen in like I mean, we're not supposed to die when we're 14, 15, 17 years old. Like,
Right.
yeah, that
Yeah.
event was very traumatizing.
Yeah. And I mean, even more so to you because you really knew them. I just knew of them, but
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
like, and like,
I think it really took my sense of safety away. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. And it made you kind of just like question everything now. Like, how is this person like literally killing his whole family and just like it's just so sad.
Right. And for essentially nothing, like for no reason, really.
Yeah, no, there was like no I don't think like there was any real I guess I don't know the motives, but like there's speculation, but like there's
Right.
no reason to do it.
No.
It's
No.
it's crazy. And now I feel like there's murders all the time. Like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I mean obviously there were too back then too, like but like it's just not where we grew up.
No.
Like
And maybe we
maybe
were just really sheltered and didn't realize it. Like maybe our
maybe
area was just very safe and we just didn't realize it.
I feel like that might be possible because like I think you were at my house the one time that I had like a party when my parents were gone and the police came and literally nothing happened. They were like, "Oh, hey, have fun." Like
Yeah.
that would never happen now to where like
No.
I mean, and they were like, "You want us to just drive by later and check on you?" Like,
Yeah. They're just like, quiet down a little bit. Your neighbors are complaining.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And like we weren't doing anything bad. We were just like having fun, but like it's just such a different time period that like people are just so unstable. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of documentaries on Netflix about that, by the way. I just finished like The Perfect Neighbor.
Oh, I saw that one. I was gonna start it. I just finished my series that I was watching.
I won't spoil it for you, but it's very like just is eye opening to how much like instability there is in the world. And I'm
Right.
just like, oh wow, yeah, we must have grown up sheltered.
I guess I didn't feel like we did, but I guess we did.
Maybe we did.
being out, being out in the world now, I see like maybe we did.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I mean, I wasn't even allowed to watch like The Simpsons because it was too offensive or like too dangerous. And I'm like, yeah, that was a sign of me being sheltered, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay though. I mean, I don't care. It's fine. I'm
Right. I
not
mean, we
I'm
care
not
about that.
sheltered now, so it's fine. But I feel like I do shelter my kids sometimes.
I feel like there is a fine line between sheltering your kids too much and protecting your children from,
Yeah. Do
you
you
know.
feel like the trauma that we went through, like you and your daughter, like me and my kids, like I feel like the things that they went through, now I feel like I have to protect them even more than I did before.
I mean, yeah, kind of. You obviously you're as a situation. The situation with your children was much different than
Different, yeah.
mine. You know, my daughter just saw what was happening. Nothing happened.
Right. Yeah, and that's something I'm trying to work through, but
Well, yeah,
it's
but yeah, I mean, really, honestly, I do feel like I try to protect her more, but I also feel like I'm more open and honest with her now.
yeah, I get that. I am too
Cause
with the kids too.
yeah,
Yeah.
cause like she'll ask questions. Like sometimes she'll just be like, oh, like in her little 10-year-old words, but she'll be like, oh, why was he always so mean to you, or why did he always yell at you, or
Yeah.
I felt, you know, as politically correct 10-year-old language as I can answer. Basically, I tell her like it's not any fault of mine. That's he was just going through things.
Right.
And that's not okay for people to speak to you like that or to treat you like that or
Yeah. I feel like I
and
was more like I'm way more conservative now with my beliefs and my values and things like that because of what I went through than I ever was prior.
yeah.
But I feel like I'm like hyper vigilant, hyper independent, like everything
Hmm.
that I do, I want to do by myself because I don't want the help that I received to come back in my face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And that's hard for me because I need help because I'm going to have 5 kids and
Right.
like pretty soon. So,
Well, and it's hard to navigate a relationship when you are so hyper independent.
yeah. Well, even like navigating the relationship with like my mom and my mother-in-law, that is very different for me because I want the help, but I don't want to ask for it unless I have to.
Yeah.
And then I'm also really weird and like almost sacred. Like my energy is sacred, so like I protect that, but it's like almost too much to where all of my trauma and all my trauma responses, like I don't like people coming in and hanging out with me at my house because I feel like it makes me on edge and I don't know why. I'm actually exploring that in therapy right now
Yeah.
because I'm back in therapy. Like, I don't know if I said that on the podcast before. So, um, but something like, I don't know. I was very hesitant to like continuing therapy because I didn't think I needed it. And now it's like, no, 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 you need it. Like,
Right. Yeah. From somebody who has not yet went to therapy to talk about the things, you need it.
yeah,
Everyone needs it.
yeah, everyone does. And you have to have that outlet, but like, you have to be ready to have that outlet. Like, which there are things that I will talk about that are fine that I'm like, okay, I can do this. Like, I can talk about it. But like, there's other things that I'm like, okay, these are just scratching the surface to where I can feel my entire body like breaking down and I cannot talk about it. But I feel like
Yeah,
that's why I kind of take out like my anger on my mom and my mother-in-law and Andrew because like I'm going to be really honest with everybody who's listening like because I know that they're not going to leave. I know that
yeah,
they're still going to be there. They're still going to love and accept me, but like even if they don't know what I'm going through or what I'm dealing with or processing, like they're still going to be there.
yeah.
And I don't I'm trying not to push people away. But it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I honestly I've found in the past year or so that I have, I don't want to say pushed people away, but I definitely have not made a huge effort in some friendships.
Right. Do you okay, so this is a hard question, but I want to ask it. What are some of your like trauma responses from if you can kind of like not all of them, but like some of them. Like what are some of your personal trauma responses like when you are feeling on edge or escalated or whatever?
I mean, I think my big one, and I really do need to work on this, but I am hyper independent, but one of my trauma responses is I want you to know that I'm hyper independent.
Oh yeah, that's mine
So,
too. Yeah.
like, really, Adam generally gets the brunt of this, but I very much like to remind him that I don't need him
Yeah.
when I'm triggered or when I'm, my anxiety's high that day. Like, I feel the need to make sure that he knows verbally that I don't need him in my life, which is completely untrue.
Right. No, I do
But
the same
like,
thing. I do the same thing.
and so that's definitely something that I have started trying to work on.
Yeah.
But it's very, just like you, like it's very hard to let myself be dependent on somebody for anything because I don't want it thrown back in my face later. I don't want
Yeah.
you to say, "Oh, well, I helped you do this," and
Yeah. No, I get that. I do the same thing. So, yeah, I do the same thing. And I'm very like reactive in certain situations to things. Like if I bottle up my emotions and just hold it in for a really long time, like eventually it comes out and I'm like just bam in your face, like
yeah,
mad. Yeah.
yes, I feel like that's a another big thing that I do and need to work on is being more voicing my concerns and my feelings more before they just get too much and I just explode and seemingly go lose it over something small.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. As we wrap up part 3, stay tuned for part 4, where we dive more into the conversation on these topics. And if you have any questions for Kara or myself on part 1 through 3, let us know because we will be answering questions.
I had a lot of questions about dealing with things and going like navigating that. And I think it's always interesting to hear other people's opinions and their stories on how they navigate things. So next
Yeah.
time we should talk about some more of that because we're gonna have to do a couple more just to even get like scratch the surface into our friendship from like being younger
Right.
and
Yes.
the good times and yeah, because there were a lot of good times.
Oh, absolutely.
Yay. Well, thank you for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is part 3, isn't it? Part 3? Yes,
Yes.
part
Part
3.
three.
With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's part 3 of the conversation with Kara. Stay tuned for part 4 and 5 coming soon. Also, stay tuned for more guest appearances on the podcast. Honestly, I have not gotten around to recording a lot because I've been really sick with not only pregnancy, but pneumonia and COVID. So I am still kind of recovering from that. So, with that being said, I will see you later.